Warning! This video may contain spoilers for the Avatar Frontiers of Pandora the Skybreaker DLC that was released on July 16th. Hello everyone, it's me Scales and welcome back to another video. And today I will be showing you how to get the best gear and the best weapons in the game for preparation of the new DLC coming on the 28th of November 2024. I also recommend you get the Heartland's Fire Seed as it gives you Nimble Gatherer 3, which gives you extra stats on your gatherable materials. You can pretty much find these anywhere in the heart of the plains. I will now show you the best gear in the game. I will also leave you timestamps on the screen now if you're looking for a certain gear. First is the headguard, called Anufi's Great Games headgear. You can unlock its design through the main story in the DLC. The mod I use is called Archer's Headguard. I have no idea how I got this, but it may be in the main story of the DLC. Next is the chest guard, which I use Champion's Vest, which you can get from Kuranu's designs. The mod I use is called Gorilla Strap with 25 health and 20% RDA damage. I believe I got this from an RDA base. Next is the Arm Guard. I was strolling about in the Clouded Forest when I took down some RDA and found this. I don't know, I was just lucky. But if you can't find one of these, I'd suggest you would craft one of these. The Striker's Arm Guard with 330 health, hit and run, 60% weak spot damage and 60% wildlife damage. I believe most of the designs I have you can get through the main story in the DLC. Now, the mod I use is called Hacker's Gloves with 35 health and a 10 meter boosting of Sid's hacking range. It is certainly a must-have. Now on to the waistcloth. You can use Great Mural Waistcloth or another that I found. You can get them both through the main story of the DLC. I also use Archer's Pouch with 35 health and improved Haribo Quiver and 15% wildlife damage. Onto the final one, the Ankle Guards. I believe you can still get this through the main story of the DLC. I use Warrior's Leg Wraps with 330 health, slide and dash, 16% energy and 16% RDA damage. I use Breach's Leg Guards as the Ankle Guard mod with 35 health and Ferocious Charge. Now I'll explain how to get the best materials in the game for each of the designs, starting with Anufi's Great Games headgear. You can get the Ikran Spirit Shell here, but make sure to check under, as on top it is the Feathered Grasslands, where you need the Stone Rapids region. Next is the Rock Orchid Cone, which you will need a dire horse in order to open up the plant. I will now show you how to get up there with a dire horse. I recommend you fly to this camp or fast travel there, and please follow my steps exactly if you are lost. You can now approach a rock orchid plant and it will open up as long as you have the dire horse nearby. Make sure you do eat a meal with the Heartlands Fire Seed as the main ingredient for a better stat bonus. Here is the Healer's Shul, which is another option for the chest guard, except instead of bark it needs a cone, so if you want you can use a rock orchid instead of going for a new bark. There are two best types of teeth, the feathered grasslands Thanator tooth and the Heartlands Storm Glider tooth, but I'd recommend the Storm Glider. Here you can see the feathered grasslands Thanator tooth ranges from 131 to 141, but I'd recommend the Heartland Storm Glider tooth as it is much easier to get the merciful killing factor. Also, the Heartlands Clipped Panther tooth is also an option, but I'd only recommend it for beginners as it does not do as much health as the other two. This is the area you can find the Cloaked Panther. This is the area you can find the Grasslands Feathered Thanator. This is where you can find the Heartlands Storm Glider. Next is the Champion's Arm Guard with Renown, which needs any heavy hide, any tooth, and any bark. I will now show you the best 4 in the game, starting with the Feathered Grasslands Thanator, with a range of 163 to 176. Next is the Stone Rapids Crawler Heavy Hide. Then it is the Heartlands Bladehead Heavy Hide. But what I'd recommend most is the Heartlands Colossus Mature, and it is only fair against the Thanator Heavy Hide, but it's much easier to get the highest stat, unlike the Thanator. Next is the Great Mural Waistcloth for any fibre, Heartlands Cloaked Panther tooth, and any bark. And again, this is where you can find the Cloaked Panther. Now I will show you how to get the best fibre in the game, but it is a little tricky, so you're gonna have to work with me. But at least it's not as tricky as the rock orchid. The fibre we will use is called the Patient Elder fibre, which can be found on top of the Tree of Echoes, east of the Enduring Woods. You can find it here, but you will have to shoot at the Patient Elder and watch as it falls to the ground. Once you see it, fly to the ground and then carefully gather it. It is better during the day. Last but certainly not least is the runner's leg wraps. You will need any light hide, any bark, and any cone. I will show you where to get the light hide, since I have already showed you the cone and the bark. is the Petrified Forest Thanator, with a total of 163 to 176. Then it's the Heartlands Arrow Deer. Then you could have the Heartlands Cloaked Panther, which I would recommend as best. You will want to look for elder ones that look like this. They usually travel alone rather than in a pack. You can find them around here. I will now show you how to get the best heavy bow, longbow, and spear thrower. First is the heavy bow, called Champion's Prior Heavy Bow, with any root, any reed, and any bast. I will actually show you how to get the root, as a dire horse is required. The best root you can get is the wind-bent tree root, with a total of 283 if you use the Heartlands Fire Seed. You can find it here, very early on, just above where you do the Dire Horse Racing Challenge. If you fast travel there, and then fly up just above you, you should be able to find one dire horse pitcher plant. If not, look for a dire horse and then follow my steps carefully. Otherwise, you're gonna have to repeat the process if you fall. You must call a dire horse right to you. Then, once you've got the dire horse, mount it, and then go up to the wind-bent tree and be on its left. Right on its left, if you go towards the ledge, you should see that there is something below it you can go on. Watch. You see it there? You must fall off it like this. Be careful you don't fall. Here you can find the wind-bent tree root. It is the best quality at day, and it is really easy to get now. I will now show you how to get the reed for the heavy bow and how to make the Champion's Lightning Longbow, since the Champion's Lightning Longbow and the heavy bow both need the bast. The bast I use is called the Islet Palm, which can give you 116 if you use the dish with the main ingredient of the Heartlands Fire Seed. You can find them about here, just next to this RDA base, just up there next to this island mainly. Next, the branch I used is called Simit Palm branch with 141, I believe, I may be wrong, if you use the Heartlands Fire Seed as a main ingredient in a dish. You can find them over here at Stone Landing. They are best quality during rain. The next ingredient for the heavy bow, which I forgot to put in, is the Heartlands Reed, which can be higher if you use the Heartlands Fire Seed as a main ingredient in the dish. You can find them right here next to this field lab. So I just recommend turning that on and fast traveling there to get this. And yeah, that's how you get both the bows. But now I'm going to show you how to get the athlete spear thrower with any bone, any reed, and any bast. I'd just recommend the same reed and bast from before, but the bone, I would recommend the Heartlands Colossus Mature, kind of like before. It is the best and easiest one to get, so I'd just recommend that. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching this guide. It's been a long one, and I hope you like it. Please like and subscribe. I really enjoyed making these for you guys, and, well, I'll see you in the next one. Alright, I'll scale you later.